What is happening, YouTube? Blaine Keeping here, representing Formula Golf, and also, as you can see with the logo on my shirt, representing La Cala Golf Resort and Spa here in Mijas, Spain. It's been a wonderful last 2 years being able to come out to this beautiful property, this wonderful academy with my good friend Fabian Lozano.
Yep.
If you've seen in my videos before, it's been really important for me to have a place, kind of like a home base for me to go back to, especially during COVID, not being able to go home easily to the United States. Being able to come here and practice and put the best work I possibly can in my game has been huge, and I'm excited to be here again with you guys officially for my channel, for La Cala, and for Fabian's channel. We're going to do a series of videos today where basically we're going to go through, show you guys the course, the property, and then show you guys what I have been working on with my good friend and dear coach, Fabian. And it's very important that we work on the right things. After my last tournament, what you told me was we got to work correctly for these next couple weeks to finish off this season. And so one of the main things
it can happen that when I give you some information and then you, as a good student, you start training that, and then sometimes it can be overdone.
Exactly.
And then we go to some compensation, and and I thankfully we spoke, and then you corrected them. And today here we're gonna work on a few things, and then after that we will go to the course.
Let's do it.
So basically we're gonna do this drill. You just need an insulation pipe, really easy. You set up here underneath your armpits. And then the idea, we're gonna work on keeping this under your armpits to go more connected, and the club is gonna be more in front. And then at the end, if you drop it to finish, I don't mind. But the idea is to go on the backswing a bit more connected, to have the club more in front.
Kind of half swings?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Half backswing, connected, and then rotate through. Okay, that was good.
Okay. Ooh, let's do that again. So a lot of the feels that in the most recent wedge video we just filmed is I'm trying to incorporate with a lot of my irons. My ball flight has been significantly straighter. It's not starting so far to the right. Because I'm using my more of my rotation in my body to work towards me instead of hands. So I'm trying to really incorporate this feeling here while still also doing.
Yeah, we're gonna keep working a bit on hip rotation, but I mean,
never stops.
It's doing much better, definitely.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that one was really good.
That was good. That's the idea. It's really important. It's really important to have the club in front. Otherwise, a lot of amateurs, even though some advanced players, they go on the backswing and they disconnect and they put this elbow way behind. Then during the downswing, the elbow gets stuck here with the body, and then they tend to flip roll it. If you have the club more in front, then you use your body, and then it's easier to keep the club face more stable through impact.
Yeah.
Come on, let's do one more.
So there's one thing that I'll always do is my lower body will always turn, you know? It's just what the positions of my upper body need to be correct.
Half swing, get the feeling of connected, rotate. There you go.
I like that one. That's so straight, you know?
What do you feel when you have this insulation pipe during the backswing? Do you feel so different?
I would say it feels different once it gets to about here.
Yeah.
Because like everything's fine. And then I think a lot of times,
you were disconnecting this.
Yeah, I do disconnect this very often. I've always kind of had a very high right elbow. Not a flying elbow or anything.
Not a flying.
Definitely
not overswing.
Yeah, not an overswing, but it doesn't ever really stay like.
Yeah.
I remember when like I'm more swinging like Tiger Woods in like 1997 or something. Whereas when he was in 2000, he's like this, right? So I'm more of that kind of swing pattern.
Okay. Good contact.
So these are 5 irons here, and it's just applying very similar physics to the wedges with these irons, keeping these things in front.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like see how straight that is? So
that's flashed.
Yeah. So it's a very similar feel, and the pipe definitely helps with this feeling, this in-piece takeaway, and then having the club always be in front.
That's good.
Do one more again.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's optimal.
Yeah, Blair, I think you are kind of more of a kind of draw ball flight guy.
Yeah, definitely.
But as you see now, the draw you are doing is like dropping like 1 or 2 meters to the left only.
Yeah.
So we
And
don't
it
want this
starts
kind
off-
of big curve.
Yeah,
We
it
want-
starts off so straight and then
Yeah.
falls left. And I don't think I've ever really done that until pretty recently. Like in these last week and a half or so since I got here to Cala, I've been hitting it straighter than I ever have with all my clubs, driver included. Okay, so my last tournament was the Gosser Open in Austria. Very soft greens, really grainy, and really spinny greens. So you had to be really dialed in on your wedges. And I was not dialed in my wedges at all. I kept giving myself 25, 30 footers from, 100 yards. It was a very, very poor wedge performance. And so one of the things I was working on before the weeks leading up to it, and I was hitting it well, was trying to get, a little more shallow with it, and then that way I can just rotate and do that, right? But the problem is, after a week or so of doing it, or a week and a half, I started overdoing it, and this started coming under and inside, and I had to flip to save. So I've been here for a week and a half, so I've been doing a lot of work with Fabian. I've already had a lesson, and what we've been working on is fixing
Now,
that
basically,
problem.
he was coming way too inside. He was overdoing this shallow thing on transition, and then basically the club was stuck behind, and then he needed to save it by hands. And then when he was saving by hand, it was a shot that was pulling left, and when he was not saving, it was short right.
Short right.
So basically, what we worked was to keep in this club more in front, more neutral path, and then to get the shot more consistent. So the club is moving more directly to the ball, more directly to the target, so the impact has better friction. Okay, show what we did.
Okay. And so the feel for me to do just that is feeling like my right arm stays a lot closer to my body, so more connected, right? And then the hands are always more in front. And that way I can just turn. It doesn't come too steep. It takes a nice like crispy divot, and it's just turning like that. So that's the feel for me. I really feel like this right arm stays closer to my body, and everything is in front for the wedges. So the ball position is a little bit more forward, whereas before it was more back because I'm trying to save it by coming under. In order to compress it, it needs to be a steeper angle of attack. But now it's just a gliding feeling here. And then that is really good ball flight.
Yep, that's good. And to work with a professional player is a big key that obviously, he's in the middle of the season. So we cannot be really too technical. We need to give, as a coach, I need to give him something that is easy to understand and easy to feel, that he can implement immediately in the competition time. Not something really technical, but a good feeling that makes, at the end of the day, makes the club work good for you.
Exactly. And for me, especially being a field player, that's the most important thing. It's one of the reasons why I've been with Fabian for this last year and a half, is because we don't work so much on technical things especially when I'm away, as much as we work on fields that correlate very well to results. And, I don't need to know if my toe is turning down or open and I'm 1 degree this way or that way, when all I really need to know is if I feel this, produces a shot that I want. And when you have trust in it, and you trust what's being told to you, it's so much easier to commit.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really good, wasn't it?
That was good.
So this is becoming a very repeatable thing for me, where a lot of times when I work on things in the past, it might be repeatable for a week or so, and then the same field eventually becomes detrimental to my golf game. But what this is doing, it's so simple. The club is always in front, so it's very easy for you to kind of keep repeating and go back to your right arm closer to your body, and then just boom.
Yeah.
So
Blair, he's a player that he has a really good body rotation. We need to use that as an advantage. If he can rotate good, he has the chance to have the club in front. The club is going to move more all together, and the path is going to be more neutral. It's not going to be steep. And as well, he's not going to be too inside to try to save it. He's going to have the club more in front, and the contact with the ground is going to be better. It's not going to be a really deep shot is not going to be a thin shot.
Yeah.
It's going to be more neutral.
Yeah,
he can rotate really well, so it's just a matter of setting up the club correctly during the backswing and transition to produce the shot.
Yeah.
Something easy.
And a lot of the reasons why I get in trouble with my wedges is because the things I do very well with my driver,
Yeah.
I end up kind of bringing down to the shorter clubs, which is not the way to do it. So it's definitely, I think I feel like this could become the best part of my game in no time, as long as I keep working on the same feelings over and over.
That was great.
Yeah, I mean, that's like 3 in a row, just
different.
perfect.
Yeah, basically for short game and long game, I mean, he's a really good player. He can hit the ball really long and he can compress the ball. But for short game, we are looking for something different. And that's what he's doing right now. For short game, we want friction. We want good contact with the turf. And with long game, we want compression. For long game, we want to reduce spin a bit. And then for short game, we want control of the spin, especially increasing a bit the spin so we can stop the ball on the greens. Mm-hmm. So that's why the shot must be different. One, you want to have the hands here, using the bounce, skimming the bounce along the surface, and the other ones you want to do that, as you do it, because I mean, your distance is great. But for long game, it's different than short game, and that's what you're learning now. Come on, do a couple more shots. Right. Let's see that.
So these feels will apply for, I think, every player, realistically. Yep. I mean, no matter what level you are, what handicap you are, whether you're pro, high-ranking amateur, or just a weekend warrior, if you will, having this club with the wedges, especially in front of you, and not chopping down not getting way under and having to flip on it. This is a good feel for you to have, kind of feel like you're more connected, feel like this right arm is working more with your body, which in turn keeps the club in front of you with your wedges. Yep. And that'll get you that nice flight. Ooh, right when the horn did. Look at that. That's nice.
That's awesome. That's what you need: precision, spin control.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, this is fun. Like this is the kind of thing too. Like once you start getting the feels down, you just keep incorporating it more and more in your practice sessions every single day, and then. Like that's
awesome.
So good. I love it because when you're watching me, I always seem to do really well. But
it's working great.
Yeah, it's working well. The feel is repeatable. Yeah. It's easy, and when if I can do all this during my last few tournaments, I like my chances.
That's good.
So guys,
that's good.
I recommend you guys to give this a try. Special thanks to Fabian for helping with the wedges. We got more videos to film, but this is what I work on right now to cure the wedge misses.
Yep.
Always remember, everybody, keep on grinding.
To la Cala.